What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of the Need to Know podcast. It's been a while since I've seen you guys, but I'm excited to be back, and especially with my very good friend Vince Noshana once again.
What's up, buddy?
What's up? What you doing there?
Just taking notes.
Yeah.
Just preparing for the podcast.
Okay, getting organized.
I'm getting organized. Just want to be really
nice.
good. I'm not one of these like people that tries to voice their opinion about politics or anything like that. So I just got my notes and just I'm just hanging out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, today we've got some good stuff to talk about. I'm going to talk about specifically one issue that I thought everybody flopped on during the debate since we went to that. What was it, like 10 days ago now?
10 days.
Was it exactly? About 9-10 days.
Yeah. Did you like the? Did you
it was a sick experience to go there. First of all,
it looked like that from inside, and the vibe and the lighting and studio wise. It was good, and Vivek, but I'll let you get into it. Vivek stepped up big time, dude.
Oh, my God, he crushed it. But even as much as I love him, even he fell short on this one issue that I'm going to talk about.
And what's the issue?
So when they were asked about Social Security, they all had a super weak answer because obviously they're terrified to say they're going to raise the retirement age. Nobody's going to say that because all these old fuckers, but they won't vote for them that way.
And those are the people that are sitting home and voting and mailing in their shit.
Yeah, those are the most active voters.
Exactly.
They have no time to do anything else except watch the
nothing else. They're just filling in those absentee ballots.
Yeah. So... yeah, Vivek's answer was that he's going to make raise government GDP or raise America's GDP and then cut government jobs, which, okay, yeah, that's something you should apply to any situation. That would make things better, like, all around. But that's not an adequate thing to fix the multi-trillion-dollar problem of Social Security. You know, the Social Security trust fund's due to run out by 2032, and by then we're going to have to give people less money for Social Security if they don't change anything. So my solution is that starting at age 65, well, when I become president, this is my solution.
Let's go. That's what I want to hear.
2036, everybody.
Yeah.
So when people turn 65 under my administration, you can now work without getting income taxed.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow, that's
right?
pretty sick.
Yeah, right?
What are they doing at 65 anyway? It's
yeah.
Like they're not...
And 65 is like the new 45.
It really is, dude. These guys, that's a freaking great idea. So no income tax. So
if you don't collect Social Security.
If you don't collect Social Security.
You still can, like whenever you choose to, but then you lose the benefit of being able to work without being income taxed.
Why hasn't anybody thought of that, Brandon? That's actually really good.
Destiny's chosen me.
But I mean, you just gave away your hand this early.
Hey, I hope somebody takes it because unfortunately, because of my age, I can't run until 2036. I guess I technically can in 2032, but I don't think that I could gain enough momentum by then. I think Trump will still be kicking around. Vivek will still be kicking around.
What's the age?
35 is the age limit. I'm
35 is the limit to start.
Yeah, and I'm 28 right now, so technically, I think I'll be 36 in 2032.
Yeah.
Or wait, no. Let's do some math here on the spot. So I'm 28 right now. It's 2023, and so by 2032, yeah, that's 9 years. So yeah, I'll be able to run 2032, but I don't think I could gain enough name recognition by then. I think by 2036 I can, but I think Vivek will still be like a strong candidate by 2032.
I mean, we hung out with Roger Stone. Maybe you link up with his ass. He'll get your name.
Yo, he said he's gonna come out of retirement for me.
Dude, that would be insane. I mean, the guy knows what he's doing, bro.
Oh, yeah. You could tell just by speaking to him that he's done some crazy shit.
He's done crazy shit. He's one of the architects of just talking crap and grabbing a thing and going in the news, bro. To me, he's the blueprint. He made Donald Trump the way that Donald Trump is just brash and saying this and talking about. Even when they let go of him when Corey Lewandowski came into the campaign, he was still like a shadow. What's it called? Like an advisor.
Yeah,
but then when
like the back alley type of guy.
Exactly. And then when Manafort left and he came back in, it's like, bro, Roger Stone knows what he's doing, Brandon. Dude, that's a guy that. Well, I'm going to church on Sunday to see him. That's a guy to hang out with to be like, let me pick your brain.
Give me the playbook.
Yeah, so I don't know what you're doing on Sunday if you want to come.
Absolutely. Yeah, he reminds me of like the guy in House of Cards. Remember when they were getting the guy who had all the problems to run for governor, and he's like, yeah, like you sleep with a lot of women. Like when's the last time you did drugs? Like if you're traveling internationally.
Peter Russo.
Yeah.
There you go. I remember
the old guy was like grilling himself. I feel like Roger Stone's that guy. Who
That's
was
so
like,
funny.
He's like, all right, tell me every bad thing you've ever done so we can like get ahead of it.
It's pretty nuts, but it's true though. But yeah, dude, that's a really, really good idea. That I'm shocked nobody's thought about it all these years.
Yeah, right. So I think that would at least make, I don't know, like say conservatively 10% of people choose to keep working until age 70 instead of retiring right away at 65. And that alone would save hundreds of millions of dollars for the Social Security budget.
That's sick, dude. And you know what? Going off of what Pat said on the podcast once, what are you going to do when you retire early? You sit around, you don't do anything. I guess, what was it? The average life expectancy of somebody who retired at 65 opposed to 75 was like 10 years. They live way longer because you're working, you're active. Pick something that you love to do and just... I mean, keep working.
Right.
What else are you gonna do? Stay home and play with your
I'd be
balls
so
all
bored.
day?
I even get bored on vacation after like a couple days.
Yeah, dude, I get bored all the time. It's like get up, get active. I mean, and with the way that the world is going, you never know when this whole bitch is gonna end. It looks pretty crazy. So get out there and fucking work, dude. Who gives a shit?
And imagine you could just suddenly make 30% more than you've been making your entire career.
Sick.
Yeah.
That gives me incentive to keep working.
Yeah. So some things you gotta use the carrot instead of the stick.
I love it, Brandon. Listen, that's one vote you got from me for the future.
Oh man.
That's what I'm talking about. I'll be your vice president. I don't give a shit.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Let's do it. And so topic number 2, I saw this poll that said so in the year 2000, 76% of students graduating high school thought that was important to go to college, but now today only 41% of high school students think it's important to go to college. So I wanted to ask you, you seem like you're in the market for the wife candidate, having kids. Would you advise your kids to go to college right now?
To be honest with you, no. Especially Brandon, the bigger ones, because I'm pretty sure my kid would be smart. My father was a freaking really, really smart mathematician. He was a composer. My dad was really, really smart, and that's where I'm not smart like book smart wise or any of that, but my comedy and writing, and I'm a whole different beast. Yeah, so I wouldn't want my kid to go to any one of these Ivy League with all these woke left BS ideology that they all are having. I mean, I don't know, dude, and I think one of the reasons that number has dropped drastically is that these kids are seeing all these crazy successful people that didn't go to college make it, because at the end of the day, Brandon, it's what you want to do. I know it's easier said than done, but like as a young person, I think with all the distractions of school and girls and my clothes and I want to be popular, all these movements, LGBT or who's in, like, listen, once you find out early what you want to do, what you love to do, where's college come in? Like, why are all these classes? What is college really, Brandon? It's structure, right? It's going in, it's being responsible, it's reading this, obtaining, getting it into your, and then letting everybody know what you learned from this curriculum. But it's like, if you want to be a mechanic or this, or like, what's college gonna do?
No,
I mean, you need hands-on training, and I think that's a crazy stat. 30-some%.
Yeah.
Now we're just like, nah, the hell with it.
Yeah.
Because they're seeing everybody making money, like all these Bitcoin or this or all the future. I don't think the future is any college unless you want to be like a technical type. Then why do you need it?
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, unless you're going to be like a doctor or a lawyer or something crazy like that.
Those are the main ones. Like doctor, I get it. Lawyer, I get it. You got to read. You got to go in there. You got to litigate. You got to go through all that process. But everything else, if you want to be an entrepreneur, or you want to build a business, it's hands on.
Yeah.
You got to get your hands dirty.
No, exactly. And if you think about it too, like it's kind of like the same thing as inflation. When they print more money, your money gets less valuable. So every year, a couple 100,000 kids, like new kids with a degree, graduate. So every year, the degree market's getting saturated or inflated.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. So everybody and their mother is out there. So and even the potential for getting a job.
Right.
Like, could you imagine? Like, you have like 10,000 people that want to get this damn job. It's like.
And it's like, so the rate of jobs opening would have to like outpace the amount of kids getting a degree every year for it to like maintain its value.
What do you think?
No, yeah, I agree with the same exact thing. Like, I kind of wish I went into just straight door-to-door sales when I graduated, because I started doing that like a little bit after I like realized like how there was more upside to that, and it's immensely more powerful of an experience and thing and financial upside than going to college or doing an hourly job.
So you were in college, Brandon, for national security, right?
Yeah.
Like what is that? Like if you had to pick the top 3 things that you learned or like it hit home with you that you're like, wow, like I learned what topic, what was it about national security that was like the most eye-opening, like you learned the most about it? What can you tell somebody that would be trying to think about going to school for something like that?
Yeah, so for national security CIA stuff, it's deeply psychological. They spend a lot of time on like telling you like how to detect if people are lying or like it's.
So you're pretty.
I always tell people I could read their minds.
Shut up! So that's one of them is like finding like body language and all that type of shit.
Super.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's.
So what is this? What am I comfortable right now? Am I lying?
No, you're trying to like portray comfort, but
comfort and that one. Let me sit on my.
And like you got your shit together, Like
that's what I'm saying.
Tight, like good
feeling my arms a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow. So body language learning. So national security. So is it? What else in the like? academic side of it, not the body.
So it's a very much like the thing that annoyed me and like made me see the Matrix pretty quick is that it's like definitely narrative driven because they start talking about these problems like, oh yeah, like the Sunni and Shia, yada, that's like the biggest threat to national security, and I started asking, like, I'm like, all right, so like why is it that like we're like occupying these areas and like almost destabilize them in a lot of situations, and they would kind of construct these narratives that like you would hear in the mainstream media instead of like I would ask them, like, so why does Henry Kissinger say that we need to like start these little proxy wars in order to like fuel the military-industrial complex?
That's crazy.
And they'd like look at me like I was crazy, obviously.
But you're right. Start these little wars so all your friends, including yourself, with all these defense contracting companies, can go and make money. Because, bro, like, what if you're in the business of making bombs and bullets? What do you want people to do? Use bombs and bullets. You know what I mean? Nikki Haley's a prime example. It's like, bitch, you're a war hawk. You're in defense. She was on the board of Boeing.
Right.
Her husband works with defense contractors. She's out there promoting wars.
Right.
Plural. And what? Do you not think that people see it? And by the way, she's moving up. She's second.
Well, you can see the cabal's pushing her. They're hedging their bets. It's like it's a Rothschild saying, like, always play like both sides of the war or like the both sides of a political situation.
You have to. And Brendan, at the end of the day, bro, if you were in this business, and I mean, I'm sorry to say it, she's a human being. We're human beings. If that was the avenue that you went into, because she was broke before
Haley?
she started. Yeah, Nikki Haley was broke.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you're in that. It's like, you know what I mean? Somebody's got to do it. And I mean, if you're in the business of defense contracting, bro, you need to create the problem.
Well, yeah, and it's like it's almost like sometimes it's being greedy, but sometimes it's like a matter of national security to like make sure something's going on because like what if Boeing or Raytheon profits like cratered and they suddenly went bankrupt or were in danger of being bankrupt because if there's nothing going on, if there's world peace,
there's no money in peace, Brent.
Yeah.
Exactly, Brent.
But then like what if they go bankrupt and then suddenly you need them because China attacks somebody or whatever?
Wow, it's such a catch-22. It's such a shitty.
So you need to like force some kind of conflict somewhere in order to like grease the wheels of the machine.
And they don't get, and they're out in the open with it too. But bro, like the conflict of interest, it's like, that's like that. Her being in politics and trying to run for office, and you own and you're involved with defense contractors for war is like. It's like being a dentist and you have your practice here. Next door, you have a candy shop. Yeah. Where you're just buy the candy, F everything up, and then guess what? I'll fix the problem. It's like it's.
And then you like regulate that people have to eat candy.
That's it. That's hilarious. Yeah. No, you leave or you're gonna eat candy, bro. I'm not joking. My dentist in Connecticut, we would drill and help pain. He'd have a treasure chest. There's candy and there's shit in there. Even as a kid, I was like, Mom, that's not normal. Like he told me in there that candy's ruining it, and he's giving it to me right there. That's Nikki Haley in a nutshell.
No, exactly. And any politician that goes into politics being poor and then leaves politics being rich or becomes rich during politics, massive red flag.
100%, dude. Going with the Nancy Pelosi. Remember that Paul Pelosi had the Paul Pelosi tracker where they were tracking his stock market stuff. He was right so much, but Brandon, what drives me crazy is the power that she has, that all of them have, where it's just like, what are you gonna do? I wish they would come out more openly and more brand. Like, what are you gonna do? Yeah, I'm worth $150 million. Who gives
Guess what? I make the law. So what are you gonna do?
I make the law, and you can't. These people are untouchable. Who was that congressman recently? Was it
the gold guy?
Yeah, the gold guy. Brandon,
nothing happened.
Nothing happened to him. You know why? He's a Democrat.
Yeah.
Nothing happens to him, bro. And the more
even the Republicans too, a lot of them could get away with stuff in Congress.
100%. And it's like, bro, I get Pat's attitude in the future, and you have to have hope and everything like this. But the game is set up for these two people, and I think they're brilliant at showing left and right where we think there's this. So one side's like, yeah, they're fighting for me. This side's fighting for me. At the end of the day, they are both on the same team. I am sick and tired of watching, because I'm not doing it anymore, bro. I watch little like snippets, but like these judicial hearings. I would sit there and listen, dude, from Hillary on the Benghazi, where she had her fucking attitude, where she's sitting there like she's annoyed that they're bothering her.
Yeah.
From her laptop, so Russian collusion to January 6th. I watch these things and I'm like, to COVID. One side gets away with murder. The other side is just like, who the Republican Party is besides being the cuck party?
Yeah, they are the cuck party.
Sitting on the side. They're that this is who they are, Brandon. They are that Chihuahua. You ever walk by a person's house and that the Chihuahua, the big dog is just in there chilling, and the Chihuahua just going crazy. But then when you open the gate and sit down, they're like, it becomes a little bitch.
100%.
Because that's what the Republican Party is, and I think it's all a set up show for them, because at the end of the day, Brandon, what they want to do is going to happen. What are you going to do to stop it? What are you going to do? If they want to go to war, Brandon, they're going to go to war. What are you going to do?
Yeah, against Congress, nothing. The most, like I always say, the most powerful thing we could do against Congress is to create a more competitive system where actually normal people can run for Congress. But like right now, they box everybody out. So that's the most significant action I think we could take, is get people to like strike down these laws, or like advocate to strike down these laws that keep people off the ballots, that make outsiders have to raise more money, that keep all the money in the machine between Democrats and the Republican committees. So
I agree.
They make it like they get to choose who their candidates are, and they have the laws in place to make sure they have the money and the organization and like the media outlets covering them. So
dude, you couldn't have said it any better, bro. It's like, and I think the American people, I think like it's gonna get to a point. I feel it coming, Brandon. Like you saw what happened in Spain, where Tucker was over there, where they didn't like what's happening with the government, and they're trying to do some shit. There was like 1 million people in the streets. Did you see it recently?
No.
Oh, dude, Tucker Carlson went there just to show like some support that they're trying to do some squirrely shit, but the people in the street. When is America gonna come together? Besides like something like George Floyd, or anything with race, people are gonna get in the streets to get angry. But I don't agree with. I don't think burning your city down is the key. But when are we gonna get pissed off? Like January 6th, whatever. They got pissed off. They were mad. They thought that people cheated. Okay. They went out. At least they had the balls to go to where the problem was. If you have a problem with the system, you don't burn down your neighborhood where your fellow people of your same race, you're burning down their business. What is that accomplishing when you're trying to get to here?
Yeah.
At least those January 6 assholes, they're like, hey, we got a problem with the system. They went to the system.
Yeah.
Okay, they went to the problem, bro. And that's what I think is gonna, at some point, bro. There's going to be a tipping point. I think there's going to be a tipping point because people, like, enough is going to be enough. They're slowly starting to put these little things in. Like, you hear, who was it? Whitmer? Was it?
Yeah, Gretchen Whitmer.
Gretchen Whitmer, the girl, the governor from New York. They're all slowly trying to, even Nikki Haley, we need to censor algorithms. They're trying to shut us up and watch us. The surveillance state is so freaking big, but they want to learn and know everything that you're doing. And I think at one point there's going to be a point where Americans are going to go, dude, F this. Because Brandon, if Americans don't stop and go, guys, time out, enough is enough, it's going to be too much. Their tentacles are going to be so much, which I think they already are, but there's going to be a point of no return, and I think we're getting really, really close to that.
Yeah, no, 100%. We have to fight like hell to keep to stop that from happening. And that's really the hill to die on, is whether it's the CBDC or because that's kind of goes hand in hand with the surveillance. If they could track what you're spending, and they want the electric cars because that they could show like where you're moving constantly.
Electric car, Brandon. Electric currency. Electric surveillance, where it's just you're just in that matrix, and it just takes one. All they gotta do is go, oh, that's Brandon.
Click.
Brandon's done.
Yep.
Vinnie hangs out with Brandon, and he has that type of mentality. He's done too.
Yep.
Oh my God, bro, that's the China way right now. If your social credit score or something's going on, the people around you are gonna get affected too, bro.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I'm saying, can you imagine? It's happening.
Right.
And it's slowly creeping. China's doing it. We love China, right? Newsom is kissing their ass. It takes Xi Jinping to show up to San Francisco to clean. Where is the outrage from Americans? If you're American and you're out there, and that didn't piss you off beyond, by the way, because I know people in California, they're like, what? This happens I'm dead serious. This happens all the time. Is that your shitty leftist democratic attitude? Is whatever? You should be embarrassed. You should be furious that it took this scumbag who has labor concentration camps over there. He's a piece of shit.
Kills people.
Disappear
all the time.
And they roll out the red carpet and wait, no American flags are out? Let me explain something to you, bro. As an American patriot, I would have, okay, they're here, they want to kiss his ass. That's fine. The American flag would have been hanging over the whole fucking street. I would let it hit his car to let him know, yo, bro, yeah, they're kissing your ass. Don't forget where you are, bro. These are our streets. Yeah, you have your security and shit, but you're secure here because this is our land. That was one of the most embarrassing, humiliating things that I've seen in a long time. They're sucking up to this scumbag, and nobody questions Brendan. Why? Why, Brandon? Why? Please tell me. Why are they compromised, kissing to their ass? Listen, say what you want. I can have my opinion. I don't think COVID was an accident.
Yeah, of course.
My opinion, Vincent Oshana, is that was a biological warfare weapon because it was election year. All of a sudden, this thing comes out, and you still can't hold them accountable. When you talked about China, it was racist.
Yeah.
Still to this day, not every week is another, we have more evidence that could have been a lab leak. Stop bullshitting.
Right.
We know what's happening. You know it's them, but they own your ass. They own Biden's ass. They have compromising shit from the laptop, so who knows how many videos they probably have of him saying and doing shit when he was in China.
Right.
They're compromised, Brandon. And is it at the cost of the American people because he's butting up with Newsom, who we know is going to run.
Yeah.
Right, Brandon?
Yep. Oh yeah.
What if Trump is the front runner? What if it's hands down Trump is in, definitively he's going to be the guy? You don't think they would do some other crazy shit?
Oh,
It might not be pandemic 2, which they've warned us about, but what if it's something else? What if it is something else? What if it's a terrorist attack? I've been seeing these all the Chinese people that are coming into the border. Have you seen those videos?
Yeah.
We're like, hey, where are you from? China. Wait, time out. Is anybody stopping these fucking people?
Right.
China, Venezuela, Middle East, Palestine, you name it, and the border is still wide open.
Yep.
When are we going to do something about it? Mayorkas, you piece of shit. Do your job.
The California thing's a perfect example of how fast you could actually fix a problem or clean something up if there's government initiative behind it. You know, like we've been talking about the California homelessness and shit on the ground for years now. And it's like, what? Did it take more than 3 days for them to clean this up?
Brandon, you know that is in San Francisco. They have a poop app where it shows you where homeless people are shitting in the street.
But it's gone now. Just like that. It was that easy.
It's gone. So. That's
that applies to everything, even the border. You know, the border can be fixed that easily. The illegal immigrants could be fixed that easy if we want to put them in a system where we're trying. All right, you can get citizenship, but fill out this application process, and you're gonna have to check in a parole type of situation. Since you did come here illegally, we're gonna follow up with you and make sure you could maintain your status here.
100%. I agree. Dude, Brandon, I have that same attitude when it comes to if we could do it for one day, we could do it every day. You know how disgusted I am that it takes Americans on Thanksgiving and Christmas is those 2 days where we're like, let's feed the poor and let's feed the homeless. Guess what? If you could feed them and help these people, these freaking poor people for this one day, why can't you be this generous and nice every day? And everybody likes to pat themselves. What were you doing on Thanksgiving? I fed the homeless. Really? You took that one fucking day and you gave a shit for that one day? What about the 364 other days?
Yeah.
And you nailed it. If you could do it for one day, help them every day. It's like I've never seen a worse time than to hell with the American people, to hell with our health, to hell with everybody else comes first. And if you even try to talk positive about us or try to be a patriot or put us first, people are like, how dare you? This is a place where you're supposed to take care of everybody. Well, guess what? Globalism. And our ship is sinking. But you know what, America, bro?
That's what they need.
We'd love, of course.
Well, yeah, that's what they need for globalism. They need the ship to sink because they need us to be equal and to rise everybody else up while pulling us down. Because otherwise, globalism doesn't work if we're so much ahead of everybody else.
Is that unbelievable?
So that's literally why people because people say how's it that Biden's actively doing everything possible to undermine and destroy America? It's inconceivable. Is he doing this on purpose? Why would he be doing this? But that's the reason why is because these people who are part of the liberal new order. The Newsom, Biden, Kamala Harris, Obama, they're all part of this globalism thing because they agree that globalism would be the best thing for the world. But
because they're going to be taken care of because they're in, Brandon. They're in with these globalist pieces of trash, bro. That's why every time I hear a World Economic Forum or I see a clip and it's just Klaus Schwab, bro, anybody that pronounces the letter TH with Z, the world is going to Z. No, I don't trust you, dude. Klaus, I don't trust you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Arnold
yeah.
Schwarzenegger, how would you free them? Not with that accent, Arnold.
Hell no.
Not with a German accent. Are you going to tell me, fuck you, free them? No,
Yeah.
no, fuck you, Arnold
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger.
100%.
You non-driving accident asshole. Sorry, Brandon, I got too many cussings.
It's okay.
I'm cussing because Brandon, I'm 45. I feel like the stitching.
Like the walls closing in.
The walls closing in, Brandon, and the stitching of American fabric is coming apart, and I can't believe that the people don't see it. We're the minority, Brandon. You know, people like our numbers are growing. Yeah, dude, because
keep in mind though, like people like us tend to stay quiet.
Guess what? Then that's the problem.
Yeah,
because
no, 100%.
when I see these polls and Biden is still Brandon, Joe Biden is still the favorite. This is Vegas odds to win the presidency. Hear me out. And Adam makes a great point because Vegas, who gives a shit about polls? Who gives a shit about your opinion? It's the numbers don't lie. He's the favorite, Joe Biden. And even if you think of, what is it called? Not the polls, the percentages of who's leading.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Oh, my bad. That came up again. He's still 52% approval rating. Biden is still like Biden for who's he's toe to toe with Trump, right?
For
like
approval
with
rating?
the percentage. I'm sorry, not approval rating.
The polls.
For the polls, I know they're BS, but I'm still see people. The majority of the people that I know that voted for Joe Biden are like, yeah, I'm not going to vote for Trump. Brandon, they're not going to. They are that loyal, blind idiots to vote for somebody that. Do me a favor. Be honest with me.
Yeah.
And I'm being genuine.
Okay.
Name one positive thing that's happened.
That Joe Biden did?
And mind you, when you say Joe Biden, Brandon, I'm at the point where I know you know, he's not calling any shots. If you don't see it at home, you're stupid too. Because he's barely hanging on. Anthony Blinken and all John Kirby and they all look of fear of what he's going to say when he goes off script. And when he says, they told me I can't do this and they told me, you have to ask yourself, who is they? It's the Obamas, it's the Hillarys. Who knows who's
higher than
here?
that,
Yeah,
Soros,
Brandon.
Gates.
Soros, and even, dude, and you mentioned this once, who's above them?
Yeah.
Who are these old, decrepit people that probably look like White Walkers from freaking Game of Thrones? Those are the real people, and you're never going to touch. You're never going to know.
Dude, their family's listed to be worth like $1 trillion collectively.
$1 trillion.
The
Have you seen the Rothschild guy?
Because they had a very strict family policy where you could only fuck your cousins.
Yeah, it's a cousin thing. No, it was, Brandon, right?
Yeah.
It was keeping it
to preserve the money in the
preserve the money in the.
But now they all look like mongoloids.
They're all just like when Rothschild speaks, it's like that voice sounds like a demon's coming out of you, bro. But it's like I don't know, man. I just feel it slowly coming apart. And like if the relationship with China and Newsom doesn't bother you, you have a problem.
No, it's
There's
disgusting.
something wrong.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Something's off. From him going there, from him coming here, from what they've been doing with intellectual property theft to COVID, which unbelievable, right? You know what's crazy, Brandon? I'm sorry. I hate to keep bringing it up. The videos aren't there. I can't find them anymore. But do you remember when COVID was, the rumors were first starting to come out?
Yeah, they're making it look all dramatic.
Did you see all the drama of pulling up to cars and grabbing people? And when you saw that, you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
What's happening? Oh, my God, it's coming here. What a great campaign of just fear and scaring the shit out of everybody. And now that, they pushed us to that limit, but now they already set up the rules where the CDC is in control. If they want to tell you to put on a mask, they know it doesn't work, but that's them showing you they can fuck with you whenever they want.
Yep.
Put on your mask.
Yep.
Get 6 feet away. Do this. I'm your master. It's a control.
Oh, yeah.
And look at how many people still listen to it, Brandon, and still are lining up to get shots because they're freaking slaves. Their minds are slaves and their fear. And I don't get mad at these people anymore. I feel sorry. That's why I thank God that I woke. I genuinely was like, I saw what was happening.
Yeah.
How does that happen, Brandon? Is it just conditioning from these idiots that they didn't? What is it?
Well, I have this theory that 80% of the people in the world are like a simulation or NPC, basically, where and I think there's a choice that you can make to where you stop being this way. But, it's like a certain amount of people, you know, like what they'll be doing, where they'll be for the vast majority of their life. Like, you know, like think of friends and maybe even family. You know where they are right now. You know what they're doing right now, what they're going to do next week, the week after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like a cookie cutter life.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like, and I think that's to a large degree a choice, but I think that like there's like an 80-20 thing where 80% of the people in the world are predictable like that and they're programmable, and then there's like 20% of people who are like outside of that and actually can like think at a more deep level and tap into like considering things in an alternate way.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no, I feel you.
Like it's like a night and day type of thing if you start looking at people in that way, where like do you think outside of the box, or do you like very closed inside the box?
Yeah, I'm very, dude, I'm so outside the box.
Yeah.
To where, like, Brendan, and sometimes it's just crazy because I get, like the other day I was driving, I felt myself like getting anxiety because I'm just like, I see what's happening, just like how you see, like the majority of the people that work for this company, it's like, I don't think, I'm not hopeless, but I'm like, dude, I'm at the point, just like what Roger Stone said, remember? He was like, dude, God's gonna have to, he's like, the Lord, Jesus Christ, something's gonna have to, like, what's it called? Intervention? Divine intervention.
Yeah, divine intervention.
It's gonna have to be, because, bro, evil, when people talk about hell, there's no hell. This is hell. We live in hell.
Well, not us, Gaza maybe.
God, well, I mean, that's a whole different, hell. Oh yeah, dude, if you had to think about it right now, area-wise, per square foot, Gaza's
you have
horrible.
like no food, no water, no electricity, one way out, rotting bodies around you, like broken buildings, no hospitals.
And did you, well, not to shift, if it's okay with you, Brendan.
Yeah,
I saw it was, I was gonna look it up. Piers Morgan had Israeli guy and a Middle Eastern guy last night on the show. Hard to listen because they're freaking just going at it.
Yeah.
But he was asking about numbers, and this is coming from him, that because he was asking how many. If you had to guess, Brendan, how many? This campaign has killed what, 11,000 people? Maybe
as of last week.
Maybe 11,500. Who knows? The numbers
probably
like,
much more than that.
Let's say 11,000.
And how are they counting that, by the way? How are they counting for everybody that's like under a fucking building?
You don't know. Yeah, exactly. The numbers are never on point. But let's just say, Brandon, 10,000 people have been killed.
Yep.
Okay? 10,000. They're saying out of that 10,000, I'm going to ask you first. If you had to guess, Brandon, guesstimate ballpark, how many Hamas terrorist fighters have been killed in that 10,000 person campaign of bombing and
like
killing?
1 out of every 20, so about, what would that be, like
the number's
5%?
more of 1 in like 200, 300.
Really?
So out of that 10,000, they're saying, let's say 60, dude, they said a couple of dozen, and this is the IDF reporting to The Guardian, is what this guy was saying. I don't know the numbers, Brandon. I don't trust any numbers, but from what I've been hearing, that ratio is 1 out of 300. One Hamas fighter, you're killing 300 civilian people, right? So that means at that rate, Brandon, you'll kill all the Hamas, but 3 million Palestinians have to die.
And that's like a multiplier effect of like, imagine
big time.
Everybody that's a friend or family member of each of those 300 people. And you're making Hamas much bigger.
100%. What do you think? What do you think, Brandon? What do you think the sentiment of America was to Iraqis after they're not stupid. They knew there was no weapons of mass destruction.
Yep.
We went in there. We killed Saddam Hussein, who was our bitch. He was our boy. He has photos shaking hands with
the CIA.
He loved, of course. Same with Saddam Hussein. And then all of a sudden you turn, and because you want to go in there and kill all of them, you find out 9/11 is happening, but Saudis did it.
Yeah.
How do we go to Iraq and nobody's, again, same with COVID, same with Fauci, same with everything that happens here. Zero accountability.
Just shut up and support the war.
Shut up and support. Yeah, because we got defense contractors that need to make this money. It's like,
12 trillion later.
Yeah, 12 trillion, and you got 1 million dead human beings.
Yeah.
1 million. Oh my God! And how many thousands of American soldiers dead, bro? And no accountability for Bush Jr., who's related to Obama. They're cousins.
Yeah.
Fun fact. They're all connected.
Did you say a million? Not a million American soldiers. A million.
No, a million people died.
It was a low number of American soldiers, I believe.
3,000
right?
maybe, but to me,
it's shitty though.
One is too much. Talking from a soldier, I never saw combat, but I know people that have. One soldier, one American dying for an illegal war.
Yeah, for a bullshit war.
Why isn't Bush Jr. in jail? I know why. That son of a bitch should be in jail. Cheney should be locked up, or fucking what is it called? When they give him the chair or something.
Yeah.
You killed that many people, and you just show up there and you're like, terrorists. Oh, there's no. Remember, he was joking. Bush Jr. was like, no nukes over here. You think it's a joke?
Piece of shit.
You're a piece of shit. You deserve to be in prison for the rest of your life, or you get the chair.
Do you ever hear of So remember when Bush Sr. died? Did you see that video of
when he was like this? He's in a wheelchair at the end. He looked
no,
rough.
in his funeral.
Oh yeah, what was that?
So it was Hillary, Obama,
Michelle,
Jeb Bush,
everybody.
No, like a select few. They had this envelope on their seat, and
what was that?
There was a video of them, and like Jeb Bush opened it, and he's like. It it looked distraught.
Like,
then
what?
Obama looked at it and looked freaked out. Hillary, of course, looked at it and she's like,
"What was it?" I saw
cold.
that video. Yeah. So whoever's watching this at home, go YouTube. What is it called? Just envelope. Go to DuckDuckGo because you're not gonna get it on Google. But go to DuckDuckGo and it's envelopes giving.
H.W. Bush's funeral.
And
envelopes.
What's the
I know
word?
It was in it.
You know for a fact. Like, how do you know?
Because I've heard what people have said about it.
What is it?
So it said.
This is a letter on everybody. Everybody got the same one?
There's like 4 or 5 people that are in the circle.
What was it?
It said, they know everything.
What?
Yeah.
Who's they?
Supposedly Trump and people who are like sort of anti the globalist cabal agenda.
They know everything?
Yeah.
Who gave that? Who wrote the letter?
That's an even better question.
Oh my God. That's why they all were like, oh shit.
Yeah. Hillary had the stone cold face, but Jeb Bush looked like he's about to cry.
Yeah, Jeb was like shit. I'm actually going to watch it when we're done with this.
Yeah.
Brandon, if you had to pick who's the most evil, who is in our face, walking around us, that you think is the most evil and the most cold-hearted, that has no soul, that has a dark, black soul?
As far as the people that we actually know about, I'd probably say Soros, because he's said things like, oh, I used to want to be a god, but now I am a god. So
that's right. You want to be a god.
Now he thinks he is a god.
He is. Yeah, he's a piece of...
He's like a literal agent of chaos. He pours money into things and funds these protests like the Antifa, Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter, Hamas.
HRC. A lot of these schools, the way that the stuff they're teaching right now, he funds the nonprofits or the think tanks that give money to them.
Brendan, what's his he's living on this planet. He has to experience this.
Well, he hates America.
He hates humanity.
Well, he wants to bring America down to enable the globalism. He's part of that camp.
Dude, let me explain something to you.
Should do a power ranking next time of
let's do it. Let's do it.
You just said.
But dude, and as a Christian, and I'm far from perfect, Brandon. Yeah, far from perfect. I try every day. I try to be a better person. I apologize for cussing because sometimes I'm a human being. You know what I mean? But everything else in my life, I'm really trying to shift. I'm sober, and it's like all this. But these, to want this place to burn and go down, it's mind-boggling for me to see that there's people like that want to see the end of us, and it's freaking scary, dude.
Yeah,
it's really, really scary.
Dark.
But I mean, that's why you better have faith and have your mind right and have your soul right, because guess what? If there is going to be a divine intervention, you want to make sure that this is in the right place.
Absolutely. Yeah, very well said. I personally think that we're in for a short-term, tough couple of years, but long-term, I think things are going to be on the up and up.
I hope to God. I hope the future is freaking bright, dude.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Vin.
I love
Great
you.
time as always.
Always, bro. I'm yelling. I'm cussing. I got to go to church. I'm actually going to church twice on Sunday because I'm going to go see Roger, and then I'm going to go to a larger one. Yeah. He got a gift for me. Remember, he said he got me because he saw my vest. He goes, I'm going to get you one of those chain watches. I'm going to wear it, bro. I'm going to feel like I'm in the 50s.
All right. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Peace out.